Hi everybody, it's Amalia and I'm here today playing with some brand new Tsukaneko inks from Imagine Crafts. There are 12 brand new gorgeous colors, and I'll start with the colors from the bottom right. The first one is Portabello, which is a lovely perfectly brown mushroom brown. Sand Dune, which is a light tan. Bali blue, which is a beautiful turquoise color. Arctic, which is an icy blue color. There's Strawberry, which is a gorgeous strawberry red. Then there's Spruce, which is a deep green color. Grass Green, which is a nice light green color. Avocado, which is an avocado green color. Then there's Baby Pink. And above that is Peri, which is kind of like a periwinkle. And worth seeing up close is this gorgeous lilac bloom. It is the perfect shade of lilac, and the packaging is even beautiful. Here we have Hawthorn Rose, which is a lovely rose color. Today I want to use all the colors I possibly can, so I'm going to do something sort of mixed media. And I have here Simon Hurley's stamping foam. It's a foam you heat up with your heat tool, and then you can impress images into it for like a reverse image effect. They come in 3 by 4 1/4, or you can get it in 4 1/2 by 5 3/4. And again, you use your heat tool, you heat it up, and you just press your images into the block. You can do something like buttons or whatever images you have. I'm using my red rubber stamps. I didn't know how the heat would react on my photopolymer stamps. So here's my first stamped image, and I decided to turn over my pad so that I didn't get it dirty with ink. Anyway, the first color I used is Arctic blue. It's a pretty nice blue. It lightens up a little bit as it dries. The next color I'm using is Bali blue, which is going to be that lovely turquoise color. And these blocks can be easily cleaned with a baby wipe. Use some stamp cleaner if you want some of the stain to come off, but these are a staining ink. It's a pigment ink for fine details, and it's one of the best stamping inks out there. I have never had issue with it. You stamp once and you're done. Here I am using the foam. I'm erasing the image basically from the foam. So I'm removing the impression. You just use the heat gun and the foam expands, and you could use another stamp to make another impression. I'm using Avocado green, and if you notice, so far I've used 2 blues and now 2 greens. I've cleaned the stamping foam. Now I'm heating it up again and stamping on some more images. Next, I'm going into the lilac bloom, and I'm getting ink all over that stamp foam. VersaFine Clair is a pigment ink for fine details. It brings out the finest details. It's a long-lasting pigment ink pad, and it's perfect for using with watercolors or to color stamped images. Over the green with some Hawthorn rose, and I have to tell you, I love the way this looks. I love how it's just off slightly with the green, and it kind of has like a ghosted image, but I love the way that looks. Next, I'm going in with strawberry, and I have to tell you, this is a powerhouse of a color, and it really makes a great addition to what I have going so far. These colors are really rich. They take a bit of time to dry, and they do dry back a little bit fainter than what you see right here. And I'm going to show you at the end. This one stays pretty true, but another one that I do has faded a lot more than I had wanted it to. I love the way this is turning out. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. Next, I'm going to start direct stamping. So instead of using the stamping foam, I'm going to use actual rubber stamps. And I have this one that has 3 or 4 different faces on it, or different types of stamps on it, and one of them is a face. So I'm using the Spruce to stamp those images, and there's a script stamp on there as well that I used, and I used the Portabello to stamp that out. This color is Sand Dune, and it's a very light color, as you can tell. I used it on this panel. However, it dries back such that it completely disappears. Obviously, that tan color cannot compete with the strong colors that are on this panel. I started with 2 blues, 2 greens. I went to a pink and then a red, so let's call those two reds. And oh no, don't forget the purple. Okay, and I think I mistakenly went in the right direction with these colors, and I'll show you my next panel really soon. So here's the next piece that I'm starting, and I'm going in a kind of different direction. I'm going to start with pinks on this one, and this one is going to be the baby pink to begin with. I'm doing the same techniques with the stamping foam and, pressing images into it and then covering the foam with ink and then stamping that onto my paper. But I started with a lighter color, and then I'm going to stamp the grass green on top of this. And I tried to make it askew like the first one on the left, but I did it too much. And this is Hawthorn Rose, and it looks pretty good right now. But again, this, with the added colors that I put on it, will dry back such that all the colors are muted and kind of cancel each other out. So I will kind of get to the point and show you what it looks like at the end. So you can see that I stamped that wave image in one of the blue colors in a couple of different spots, but it's already starting to disappear and not be as strong of an image as when I first stamped it out. That pink and that blue, even though I stamped pink and blue on the first one, or pink and green rather, on the first one, it's sort of canceling. They're canceling each other out. Anyway, I grabbed some mushroom, which is a dark contrasting color to all this, and I grab some strawberry, which is a bright contrasting color, and stamp on that, trying to sort of enliven this piece a little bit. And here's a closer look at the two pieces. And you can see on the first one, the colors that I started with are fading away. This piece isn't even dry yet. Both of these, I let them dry for a couple of days and they're fully dry. If you want to speed it up at home, just use one of your heat tools to do that. I still wasn't done with these, and I grabbed a stencil, and I'm using some VersaFine Clair Nocturne, which is the black ink, through the stencil. And I'm going to add all sorts of images over this, and I'm using a dark contrasting color, a bold color like black, and I think that's going to help draw everything together. Here's what I have so far, but I'm not done yet. I'm going to add so much more. On the second piece, I started with white acrylic paint, and I love the way it looks. My pieces have gone under a transformation. I stamped some brown leaves. I stamped, or rather I used the stencil with some brown and with the white acrylic. I did that on both pieces, but it's still not enough, and I am not finished. It needs something else, and I decided what it needed was a bright pop of color. I grabbed my Ultimate Pigment ink refill in Canary, and I started pouncing it through that stencil. Well, I think that bright pop of Canary is the perfect addition. It's not on the second piece, but I will show you my process to make the finished product, and you'll see that that has the pops of yellow. So I took my larger piece, and you can see those pops of canary right on there, and I am going to make some ATCs and a bookmark with these. An ATC is an artist trading card. It's a 2.5 by 3.5 inch card that an artist will create to share with other artists. And it's traded typically. Card makers can make ATC cards, mixed media artists, all types of artists make ATC cards to trade with other artists. On the back of the ATC card is usually the name of the piece, the name of the artist, the date, and if it's part of a series like these, I will be making 5. You'll put 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, and etc. on the back. And you can include any contact information, if you like, on the back of the card as well. I was able to get 4 ATCs out of the first panel. This second panel is going to yield me another ATC, and I'm cutting it down right here. I'm going to cut this down to about 2 inches and make a bookmark out of that. Now that I've cut my pieces down, I need to add some finishing touches. I just need to add, I was working in a larger format before I cut it down, so I need to fill some space, add some interest in certain areas, and I'm just going to use a couple of stamped images and my pieces should be done. Here's the finished bookmark and ATCs. I'll have some information for you on the products that I used in the description bar below. Please click thumbs up and come and find me on Cool Cakes and Crafts with Amalia. Bye!